not seen evidence of machines being tampered with. So that assurance I can provide.
All but confirming an NBC News story that the Russian president himself approved the cyber attacks.
Not much happens in Russia without Vladimir Putin.
A potential starting point for the Senate Intelligence Committee, which announced a hearing into the hacks, led by Senator Richard Burr, who defended intelligence professionals whose analysis has been questioned by President-elect Trump, saying, quote, "Unlike many in Washington, though, they check politics at the office door and focus on their mission." Before leaving with his family for Hawaii for the holidays, a mostly defensive president, but a hint of offense.
So at a point in time where we've taken certain actions that we can divulge publicly, we will do so. There are times where the message will be directly received by the Russians and not publicized.
Now, Friday's news conference was the longest of Mr. Obama's presidency. The president declined to criticize his successor at several points, even giving him a pass for taking a phone call from Taiwan's president, saying all of America's foreign policy should be subject to fresh eyes. President Obama and the First Family landed in Hawaii early this morning, the last vacation of that before they leave the White House, we should say. But it won't be without some official business. The president will host Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe at Pearl Harbor later this month. The Obamas will be in Hawaii until January 2nd.
And early warning weather now. We're going to take a look at my old stomping grounds there in Buffalo, New York. Right? All that snow, look at it, piling up, leaving plenty of workers busy. Lucky for them, the snow showers are starting to slow down. Good for my mom and dad, right? All right, but no such luck over in Wisconsin. A winter storm barreling through the southeastern part of the state. Up to 11 inches are expected to fall by later tonight, and winds are also expected to pick up, creating very dangerous conditions on the road. And just south in Chicago, conditions are much better there. The city saw a few inches of snowfall overnight, but it's bracing for up to 10 inches before the day is done. So I'm glad we're not talking about 10 inches here.
Absolutely, but I'm sensing a theme. Snow. Everywhere.
Hey, but I think it has stopped snowing.
Yeah, at least right here at Newton, I noticed it just all of a sudden turned right off as soon as Michael said it would.
Oh, Jeff, you're too kind. Throwing in that little compliment. But yeah, we are basically winding this down now. It's still snowing north of Boston by some distance, but in the city proper, notice what's happening. We can finally see the buildings from our camera in East Boston peering back at the financial district. Earlier, this was shrouded in clouds. Clouds are now starting to lift. That gives you an idea that the precipitation is winding down. Temperatures above freezing, so we've also gone over to plain rain. But that's in the city. Just outside of the city, even though it looks like it's raining, that rain is still freezing on contact and will create some slick areas during the afternoon. Look at Worcester, for example. So it might seem like it's raining there, or in Hartford for that matter, or a couple of drops of rain, but it will be icy. So hour by hour we go. There goes your rain ending at the coastline early this afternoon, holding on to the snow longest in New Hampshire and parts of Maine, particularly away from the Maine coastline. So we'll still accumulate a little bit of snow there, but the rest of us just hold on to a lot of clouds for today, with temperatures continuing to flirt with freezing. So I strongly encourage you to use caution as you're on the sidewalks, untreated surfaces in particular, going through the nighttime hours. So like I said, the accumulation is basically done now in southern New England. We can basically call this for the books. 6 inches is what we've seen in a lot of western portions of New England. We're done here. We're done around the Boston area. Still might add a little bit more the Merrimack River Valley just very briefly before that transition. It's really in northern New England where we still have some snow to get through. We'll end up with about 4 to 6 inches through a lot of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Overnight tonight, more of the same in that areas just outside into the north and west of Boston will be at or very close to freezing. So there will be some slick pockets there, but notice it's warmer down to the south. Mid and even upper 30s. That's a trend that will continue tomorrow as the next wave of precipitation moves in and drags in